And First Alert meteorologist Caitlin Lohr joining us once again. And Caitlin, you were saying that it's kind of sprinkling outside.
It is sprinkling. I don't really know if you can call it rain or showers because it is very light, but it is an improvement, and that does go to show that we are saturated enough for that to reach us here at the surface before evaporating, which is all around a good sign that we might be putting an end to some of this dryness that we've been dealing with. It's not going to be a lot, but any at this point is better than nothing at all.
And is it going to ramp up throughout the day?
No.
Okay.
No. Unfortunately, no. Some areas will see more rain and rain totals than other areas, and that will be more south along the border of Minnesota and Iowa. Now, if you look closely at this view, you're going to be looking at this view and then looking at me going, well, you're crazy. I don't see any rain. Well, that's because it is so light out there. Now, you may notice it as you walk outside. You might get hit by a couple of raindrops, or you may really only notice it while you're driving and see a couple of those raindrops kind of stack up on your windshield. So not really going to need your wipers per se because it's not super heavy out there unless you're along I-90 and south of I-90. They have gotten a little bit more rain down there. I know someone came in with a report from Winnebago that they have about 1/10 of an inch of rain, which is phenomenal. I know that's so light, but it's better than anything that we have gotten because the last week or so, we've been so dry that anytime we see this on the radar, it's all evaporated before reaching us. So it's just nice to know that we are finally saturated enough to get at least a little bit of rain down here. Temperatures as you head out, not too terrible, though we are as low as 35 degrees in Marshall with 39 in Slayton, 43 degrees here in Mankato, Waseca, and Fairmont, as well as New Ulm, Windham, and Olivia. We're sitting at 45 degrees in Owatonna, as well as Jackson, with up to 48 in Algona and 49 currently in Spencer. Winds, a little bit of a breeze out there. We are looking at a breeze all day today, so that being said, expect winds to be reaching up anywhere between 10 and 20 miles an hour like they are right now out of the northeast. They are expected to die down a little bit tonight, but a slight breeze may remain overnight. So is this rain going to last through the morning hours? How long is it going to last? Well, it just depends on how quickly these temperatures rise. Now, I say it like that because as the temperatures rise going into the afternoon hours, they're going to be rising away from where the dew points are hovering. And remember, the farther apart the temperatures and the dew points are, the drier it gets outside. So even though rain may not be wrapping up on the radar until about 2 o'clock this afternoon, it may end up coming to a lull here in the area much sooner than that. So we are watching that closely because, yes, we could see rain up until about 1, 2 o'clock this afternoon, but given that temperatures are going to rise, making it a little bit more dry out there, it's likely that a lot of it will start to evaporate sooner than that. Now we'll hold on to rather cloudy skies going into the late night hours, seeing some partial cloudiness by tomorrow morning. A little bit of cloud coverage will gradually clear, making way for sunshine but cooler temperatures tomorrow. Now it is Pi Day. We actually can calculate the forecast with different parameters, and that can be anything from surface area, which is the SA, the area, and the circumference, as well as the volume of things, and all of this can be done to determine the size of a raindrop, the size of a snowflake, how fast a raindrop or snowflake is falling, how fast the wind might be going, what the effects of the winds are going to be on raindrops, snowflakes, things like that. It is very, very heavily math-based, but put all this aside, I can tell you right now you don't have to calculate anything. We've got some light morning rain with a high of 57 degrees on the way, afternoon cloud coverage and breezy conditions. Tonight, like I said, winds dying down a little bit, but staying a little on the chilly side with a low of 31 degrees by tomorrow morning. Here's a look at your extended forecast. Temperatures dropping into the 40s and lower than that into the mid 30s by Sunday. It is going to be quite blustery this weekend, so you will have to take wind chills into consideration, especially for Sunday. We welcome the first official day of spring next week on Tuesday, and it will feel like early spring out there with 40s and 50s mixed with some sunshine. Stay tuned. We'll be back after the break.